In a counter to Western fronts like NATO and the EU, a new power axis is emerging among Russia, China, Iran, and North Korea. These nations, often at odds with Western powers, are deepening their diplomatic, economic, and military ties in what appears to be a concerted effort to counter US influence and Western sanctions. At the center of this emerging alliance is Russia, actively strengthening ties with China, Iran, and North Korea, particularly amid its ongoing conflict with Ukraine. Spearheading this diplomatic effort is Sergei Shoigu, Secretary of Russia's Security Council, whose recent visits to Pyongyang and Tehran underscore Russia's commitment to these partnerships. In Iran, Shoigu met with President Masoud Pezeshkian, who pledged to seriously follow ongoing cooperation and measures to upgrade the level of relations between the two countries. Iranian President Pezeshkian emphasized that deeper ties with Moscow would reduce the impact of sanctions, signaling a long-term commitment to Moscow. Both nations have faced heavy Western sanctions, and Pezeshkian's assertion that relations between Tehran and Moscow would develop in a permanent, continuous, and lasting way underscores the strategic depth of their cooperation.
My government will seriously follow ongoing cooperation and measures to upgrade the level of relations between the two countries. Relations between Tehran and Moscow will develop in a permanent, continuous, and lasting way. Deepening and strengthening relations and cooperation between Iran and Russia will reduce the impact of sanctions.
Western officials have expressed concern that Iran may be supplying Russia with ballistic missiles for use in Ukraine, although Tehran denies these allegations. The potential for technology transfer between the two nations is a significant worry for Western powers, with US and UK officials discussing the possibility of Russia sharing nuclear technology with Iran. North Korea's involvement in this axis was highlighted by Kim Jong-un's meeting with Sergei Shoigu. Both leaders discussed regional and international situations and agreed to expand cooperation to defend mutual interests. Although Western nations accuse North Korea of supplying Russia with military aid, both countries deny such allegations, despite the increasing military cooperation signaled by Shoigu's July 2023 visit.
The Comprehensive Partnership Agreement signed today provides, among other things, for mutual assistance in the event of aggression against one of the participants in this document. In this regard, the Russian Federation does not rule out the development of military technical cooperation with the Democratic People's Republic of Korea in accordance with the document signed today. As a result of today's meeting, a new interstate agreement on comprehensive strategic partnership was signed.
China's position in this emerging alliance is crucial, given its economic might and growing global influence. Russian President Vladimir Putin's meeting with Wang Yi, a top Chinese official in St. Petersburg, demonstrates the importance Moscow places on its relationship with Beijing. Putin emphasized the continuous deepening of the Russia-China Comprehensive Strategic Partnership, highlighting cooperation across various fields. The alignment of Russian and Chinese interests in promoting multipolarity and resisting what they perceive as Western hegemony is a key factor in their strengthening ties.
We have, more than once, pointed out that the Russia-China Comprehensive Strategic Partnership of Coordination for the new era is in the best period in history. The relationship between Russia and China is built on the principle of equality, mutual benefit, and respect for each other's sovereignty. Our cooperation does not target any third party, nor have we formed any bloc or alliance. We act on the commitment of serving the interests of our two peoples.
Iranian President Pezeshkian's recent statements underscore the economic dimension of this emerging alliance. Referencing the historical Silk Road, Pezeshkian spoke of Iran's desire to build the same highways that existed before on the Silk Road route, with a focus on modernizing this concept through improved facilities and technologies. This vision aligns closely with China's Belt and Road Initiative, suggesting potential for increased economic integration among these nations.
Most of our relations are with China, Russia, and neighboring countries. We want to build the same highways that existed before on the Silk Road, and now we want to advance it with proper facilities and access and technologies. We will definitely be a strategic partner with China. We will try to implement what is written, and cooperation will increase.
The deepening ties among Russia, China, Iran, and North Korea have raised alarms in Western capitals. Kurt Campbell, the US Deputy Secretary of State, has briefed senior EU and NATO officials on intelligence regarding Russian assistance to China in advanced military technologies, including submarine, missile, and stealth capabilities. European officials are particularly concerned about the potential for these partnerships to enhance the military capabilities of nations they view as adversarial. The willingness of Russia to share advanced military technology with China and potentially Iran marks a significant shift in Moscow's approach, which has traditionally guarded such knowledge closely. As this new power axis continues to develop, its impact on global geopolitics remains to be seen. The combination of Russian military technology, Chinese economic might, Iranian energy resources, and North Korean military support could present a significant challenge to Western interests. However, the alliance faces its own challenges, including historical mistrust among some of its members and the potential for conflicting interests. As the global community watches these developments unfold, the actions of this emerging power axis will undoubtedly shape international relations in the years to come.